Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises to Yahawah, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Kakadash. Double honors unto the elders and the apostles. A great millstone. Salutation to you, Akim. Pushing this word in sincerity and truth. This is your brother Yasad back at you with another lesson. Will not edify to the spirit and power of Yahawah, Bahashem Yahushai. And this one here is after Yahawahshi takes the kingdom, there will be no more rivals. Right? Because the power that Yahawah Bahashem Yahushai is going to bestow upon Yahawahshi, even coming back with he being the Lord of armies, right? Also known as Allah Shadia, right? He's going to come back with that full power, in the time period of World War III, and he's going to possess this place. He's going to take this kingdom by flexing his power through the chariots, and also the arsenal of the Lord also includes the missiles, right? So when the Lord returns and subdue these nations by way of war, because the scripture says through his righteousness he's gonna judge the people and he's gonna make war, right? That's why he say that and after the Lord, after the I'll get it in the book of Zephaniah, that where it say the Lord is gonna send them to the nations, right, that touch Israel. Revelation 19 and 11, I'll start off with that. And I saw heaven open, and behold a white horse, and he that sat upon him was clothed faithful and true, and in righteousness he doth judge and make war. His eyes was as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns. And that representation of the crowns, and white goes into pure, right? Because the scripture says he was the only one that was worthy to open the lamb, worthy to open the seals of the book, right? Which is Yahawahshi, right? That white horse riding represents Yahawahshi. His eyes were as flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns. And this crowns gonna be represent when he take down all those nations come under his dominion, pursuant to Isaiah chapter 2 from verses 2 on down. The mountain of the Lord is gonna be established. The book of Daniel, the 2nd chapter, we'll get those two precepts afterwards. Speaking on how the stone smote the image. What the image gonna be is actually kingdoms that would rule upon the face of the earth. It say, and he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood, and his name is called the Word of Yahawah. Hashem Yahushai said, lo, he come in the volume of the book, it is written of him. And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, clothed in fine linen, white and clean. The saints, the angels, right? And out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, that with it he should smite the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron. Yeah, so that is what Yahawahshi is gonna do, right? Right. And he shall rule them with a rod of iron, and he treaded the winepress of the fierceness and wrath of the Almighty. And he had on his vesture and on his thigh a name written, King of Kings and Lord of Lords. Right? Yapa. Right? Because again, Yahawahshi is coming back with a great power, as it's saying in Isaiah 47. Isaiah try Isaiah 50. It said that who is him with thine garments? Isaiah 60. Let's see. Right. Isaiah 63. Right. And verses 1. Who is that? This that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Bozrah? This that is glorious in his apparel, because we know in these times Esau, Edom, as the scriptures say, Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follow it. 2 Ezra 6 and in verses 9. Who is this that cometh from Bozrah with dyed garments from Bozrah? Right? Who is that coming from Edom with dyed garments from Bozrah? This that is glorious in his apparel. Didn't we just read in the Revelation? He's gonna have on a vesture, with the name written King of Kings. He's gonna be in all white, whatnot, right? Who's glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength, right? Psalms 103. Let's see. Psalms 103. Bear with me, that is the wrong scripture. The scripture says, Psalms 104 and 3. Rosetta verses 2. Right? Who covers thyself with light as a garment, who stretcheth out the heavens like a curtain, who laid beams of his chambers in the waters, who maketh the clouds his chariot, who walketh upon the wings of the wind. Right? Yahawahshi, when one of the miracles he did, he walked upon water and whatnot. The power that Yahawahshi has, it's unfathomable. Right? I ain't gonna go too far. His clouds, his chariots, as you see many clouds, many videos being done upon it with certain shaped clouds, where it would shape like a chariot, which some of them they are chariot, because they have that cloaking device that they could disguise themselves like a cloud, right? But Isaiah 63, traveling in the greatness of his strength, which is the so-called UFOs. I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. Wherefore art thou red in thy apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine pot. I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me. For I will tread them in mine anger, and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garment, and I will stain all my raiment. As it say, they talk about the vesture of blood. For the day of vengeance is in mine heart, and the year of my redeemed is come. So not also Yahawahshi is coming to bring great vengeance and judgment. He's also coming to redeem his elect. I would say, and the Lord, he would Matthew 24. Right? Matthew 24:31, and he shall send his angel, Matthew 24 and 30. Right? And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn. They're gonna mourn. As the scriptures say that although he comes with clouds, all eyes gonna see him, they that pierce him and they're going to wail, they're going to be in mourning. Yeah, they're gonna wail because of it. As the scripture says in 2 Ezra 13, you know, some gonna be glad, some gonna be, you know, in sorrow, right? Yeah, because it's judgment left, right, and center. Judgment when Yahawahshi comes back, right? And we surely know this, right? He's gonna repay you nations. And he shall send his angel with a sound of a trumpet. Salah. And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven, the chariots, the so-called UFO, with power and great glory. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, and from one end of the heaven to the other. Right? Isaiah. Right. Isaiah 47 and verses 3. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. You know, I'll start this at 1. Because, yeah, as I'd say, you know, you're gonna appear in Edom, right? You know, basically, the capital, one of the, Bozrah, I think, was one of the capital city of Edom, right? And mainly, America is one of the capital cities, you know, Babylon. And, you know, through the prophecies, we know that Yahawahshi is going to make his appearance all in that region, you know, and be bringing forth great destruction. Right? Come now and sit down in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, there is no throne. Right? You know, this is, you know, the revived Roman Empire, you know, carving the customs of the Babylonians back then, the idols and whatnot. O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate, because they in power right now. Take the millstone and grind meal, uncover the locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the river, because the Lord has his prophets actually exposing, you know, and unveiling all her secrets and all what she have done. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. So Yahawahshi is coming to deal with this, you know, bring great slaughter, judgment, destruction upon this place and upon this man's kingdom. As I just say, you know, because going back to the Daniel, you know, the ones that would be ruling in the end, these end times, would be Esau, Edom. Daniel 2 and verses 39. I'll start at 32. The image head was of fine gold, his breast and his arms of silver, his belly and his thigh of brass, his legs of iron, his feet part of iron and part of clay. So basically, this was a dream that Nebuchadnezzar had, and Daniel broke it down, and it was basically explained. You know, these are empires. That's why you say, thy kingdom is the head of gold, right? Then after the Babylonians, they were the you know, the gold, right? The head, right? Breast, right? Well, it was the Assyrians, right? But the Medo-Persians and them being the breast. Then there's the Grecians, and then there's the Romans, right? So jutting down to the legs are iron and part clay is basically the revived Roman Empire. As of in this time, this kingdom, the last of this man's rulership kingdom, and jumping to the point, was 34. Thou sawest still that a stone was cut out without hands. Right. A stone was cut out without hands, which smote the image upon his feet that were of iron and clay, right, and break them to pieces. Yeah, so Yahawahshi is coming and bring great destruction upon this kingdom, this current kingdom, right? Esau's kingdom is coming to a great end. Wait up on. Oh. Okay, select. It say, thou sawest still that a stone, right, that a stone was cut out without hands, which smote the image upon his feet, that were of iron and clay, and break them to pieces. Yeah, so this last empire, Yahawahshi, when he comes, he's gonna take the dominion. Then was the iron and the clay, the brass, the silver, and the gold broken to pieces together. All these nations ruled, and it's time for the ruling of the saints. And because like the shaft of the summer threshing floor, and the wind carried them away, there was no place found for them, and the stone that smote the image became a great mountain and filled the whole earth. Going back to Isaiah, the 2nd chapter, right, that mountain represents a governmental structure. And the governmental structure that is about to be established is through Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, through Yahawahshi King David, the 144,000, on forth, right, which will be a kingdom of righteousness. And it shall come to pass, Isaiah 2:2, in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all the nations shall flaunt it. So Yahawahshi, when he takes the dominion, all these nations is going to be under him. Henceforth, you saw many crowns. He had many crowns because that is basically him, destroying the image. There's no more none of these other nations being found in rulership anymore. And many people shall go and say, come and let us learn, or go up to the mountain of the Lord, and the house of the power of Jacob, and he shall teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths. Out of Zion shall go forth the law and the word of Yahawahshi, because he's going to judge with righteousness upon the earth. And he shall judge among nations, and shall rebuke many people. And they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. So in these times in Joel, the prophecy in Joel, where they beaten their pruning hooks and the swords into swords for prepping for World War III, right? Those times is going to be over when Yahawahshi comes and show them who really has the power, who really has, the strength to rule, right? And that time, all the resources, all the, the minerals, it's going to be taken and be used to what? Build up this place, replant the earth, replenish the earth. Right, and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation. So the moment Yahawahshi comes, bring judgment upon this place, redeems his elect, and he established back the order upon the face of the earth. There's not gonna be any more rivals. There's not gonna be any more wars taking place. Neither shall they learn war anymore. Yapa. There's not gonna be no more war, right? As the scriptures say, those that wouldn't have him to reign over them, he's gonna kill them out. Luke 19:27. But those mine enemies. So all these nations are gonna be taken down. If they don't wanna be under the rulership of Yahawahshi, which would not that I should reign over them, bring them and slay them before me. Yahawahshi says, hey, that is the order. Just as how this man, when we wasn't, conforming to his wickedness, to eat pork and serve demonic idols. He was doing what? He was killing us off. So when we get the rulership, I'll bring that precept. The saints is gonna take, Daniel 7:18, but the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever and ever, because this year going into the next dream, right, are the kingdoms of the four beasts, which being, the Babylonian, the Medo-Persian, the Grecian, and the Romans, right? So let's get this one in. Second is just 13. Right, and verses 3, and beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. In this one mentioning scriptures that he's going to be coming with thousands from heaven, and the armies and whatnot is Yahawahshi. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that was seen under him. Backing up the Revelation 1 and 7. And also, whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth feeleth when it feeleth the fire. So yeah, because they're gonna, Yahawahshi come back with those chariots, great power. And see here, and after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of the heaven, to subdue that man that came out of the sea. But I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain, and flew upon it these chariots. But I would have seen the region or place whereout the hill was graven, and I could not. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him was so afraid, and yet does fight. Because in that time they're gonna be microchipped up, right? And they're gonna be programmed to fight. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, neither lift up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempest. And they were all mixed together, the blast of fire and flaming breath, and great tempest, and fell with violence upon the earth, upon the multitude which prepared to fight, and burned them up every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude nothing was to be perceived. And this is when Yahawahshi is going to execute and show for that power. He's not going to meet thee as a man anymore, but only dust and smell of smoke. And when I saw this, I was afraid. Yapa. I'll actually do a part 2 on this. It's just for the time. Yapa, really yapa. When the Lord come back and bring great judgment upon this place, destruction, death, mourning, and the kingdom of heaven is going to be established forever and ever, because his reign is going to be an everlasting reign. Hopefully this was a lesson as edifying. All praises to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahawahshi, by Hashem Kakudash, double honors unto the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Until the next one, Shalom.